Hey guys, how you doing? Yay, finally. I wait all day to paint. I get inspired by different things as the day goes on. And so tonight, I'm really looking forward to painting with you guys. So we have just a small, intimate crowd, which is really cool. Cynthia is here, and Claudia is here, and Margaret, and Ricky, and Laura, maybe. And I don't know who else has joined us, who may not be painting but just watching tonight, but you're all welcome. I'm Cheryl Vargas, and I'm the owner of Studio 928, and I'm here with Danny, who is my man behind the camera, making us look good on the TV. So, yeah, I'm just getting used to the environment over here. It's a little tight, and these armchairs keep bumping the camera and stuff, so bear with me while I figure all this out. Painting the morning flowers, so I hope you guys are all ready. I'm sure you are. Got your brushes, your beautiful art student quality brushes ready to paint today. We're going to be using our number 14 flat brush and our number 12 round. I might have those reversed because I tend to do that because I'm a little dyslexic. So, yeah, so let me just see if anybody has any questions or anything before we get started. Are we good? Oh, hey, Cynthia. Yeah, you like my new look? Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, and I love your blue hair, too. Yeah, Claudia's here, Cynthia. Okay, awesome. Awesome, you guys. So I'm just looking at my laptop over here, but we are ready to get started. So I hope you have your water. You will need, I think you're going to need your blow dry. So if you don't have it, you want to grab it. And then of course you need your blue and white, green, yellow, and did I say white already? And red. Yeah, I said that already. So anyway, we're gonna switch over to our canvas and get started. So let's make it happen. All right. Oh, and Danny has some wonderful trivia for you guys today. I picked a category of classic movies. He's like, Mom, nobody knows those old movies but you. And I'm like, my followers know a lot of classic movies, I'm pretty sure. So I think they will enjoy it. And let me just I did want to set this up in our Time for Art group so that we could all feel super comfortable with, painting together, but we couldn't figure out the technicalities soon enough to make it happen. So, but next time, absolutely. Father's Day, it's on. All right. So first thing we're going to do is we're painting, we have the image up on the screen. Yeah, we have the image. So the printouts that you got are probably a little distorted because, well, my printer, it's seen better days. I mean, it probably just needs a little tech support. But anyway, it bastardizes the color. So we're actually going to use the image that's on the screen to paint from with the blue. So as soon as Danny puts that back on the screen, we'll be able to reference that. So in the meantime, we're going to start out with wetting our largest brush, which is our number 14 flat. And if you already have your paint, I have a whole bunch of blue sitting on my palette because of something that we did a little bit earlier. We had our first window seat people here today, and I was demoing something and I just went kind of crazy with pouring paint. So that's why I have this big blob of blue over here. So I'm going to go over and pick up some white. Actually, I'm probably going to need a little bit of water because this has been sitting for a little while. And we're going to start at the bottom with a mixture of blue and white. We're not going to blend it entirely. We're going to pick up a little blue and a little white at the same time and leave it streaky. Okay? I'm not seeing any of my paint palette image or, okay, there we go. I can see it now. Okay, so we're going to just start over on the left-hand side, I'm sorry, on the right-hand side, and we're doing an arch like we did with our goldfish. And we're adding a little water. I'm going to move this into the frame so you can see. Not getting it totally wet, but just a little bit. We're shaking off the excess water. And we're picking up a little blue and a little white. So it's kind of streaky. That's what we're doing. We're going for streakiness, not solid colors. Just go, what would you call that? I don't know. It's not a U. It's just a curve, I guess. It's a curve. And pick up some more paint. Try not to dilute it too much because we don't want these colors to blend together. We want the streaks. And as always, we always go to the sides of our canvases to make sure that our painting, when we're done, is 100% complete. We don't want any unprofessional paintings in our homes. We want finished paintings. Let me just make sure I haven't gotten a message from someone who expected us to be in the private group. Oh, okay. Cynthia, you were there. And so you're good. She's already there. Okay, good. Yes. Cynthia, of course I could see you. I got you. I got you. Okay. So yeah, so let's streak some more white in there even. And I like this idea of the morning sky and the slight pinkiness of it. So I'm adding some more white in. Just to kind of mimic this. And of course, however this turns out for you is wonderful because each time it gets painted, this image, it becomes a new work of art and definitely something that's original to you. Is my hair in the image? Danny's over here doing makeup for me. He's fixing my microphone, and yeah, I have a microphone now. We're in the big time, folks. I have a microphone. It's sitting on my blouse here. So yeah, so I'm going to go up to the edge here because I kind of let that dry, which I shouldn't have. And I'm just going to loosen that up. I'm going to add some white there. Okay, and I'm making sure that this top edge of white is super wet because the next thing I'm going to do is start adding in some red color into this. So we're going to pick up some more white with our palette knife. How come I can't see me painting? I would feel a lot better if I could see that. There we go. Okay, I can see now. Okay, that's good. That is good. Okay, so let's see. I put my white down, and now I'm going to pick up some red. And we know red is powerful, so we're only taking our palette knife. I'm going to put this down. We're taking our palette knife and you know how much red we need, like hardly none. So I'm going to move this palette out of the way, this tray, and I'm going to move my spare tray over here because I just have demolished this tray with blue, so that's not going to work for me. So I'm going to pick up my white that I put over here and put it here. And there's my red. Look how little of red that is, because it's so powerful. So we're going to do the same thing. We're going to pick up a little corner of red on one side and a little corner of white. I am forgetting my colors today. And then we are just going to tap both of those sides in white and then move it into the wetness that's already there. And we're going to go back and do the same thing. More white. More white, because look at how powerful that red is. So, and the trick is just try to merge them. And actually, I'm going to go over and I'm going to pick up a little blue too. Maybe not that much blue, Cheryl. I'm pushing some of it off my brush. And I'm going to go in with a lighter blue and I'm going to merge these together. Just so it's not so black and white, or in this case, blue and pink. We're marrying those colors. Because when you see this happen in the sky, it's kind of a marriage of colors, right? So our job is to keep our brush wet to the point where we can blend the two colors together. And just a little bit at a time. Go in and add some more color. And if you feel like you need some more red, you know how much to pick up. Just a teeny tiny pit. A teeny tiny pit. Oh God, she needs rest. Ooh, there's some more of that red. Nice and wet. Keep this all wet. We don't want dry brushes. We don't really care about the colors blending together because that's what we want. But more than anything else, we don't want dry. We want wet. So don't be afraid to create your own sky. This is your sky. Even though we have a kind of an image to go by, this is still your sky. And it does not have to be exactly like what you see in the image. I would even venture to say that if you picked up a little more red, and some more white, and moved it a little further down, you'd still be correct, because it's your sky. Ooh, that came a little much right there. That phthalo blue will sneak up on you every time. You got to be careful. And I have these crazy long sleeves on today. I don't know if you noticed it. Can you show them my sleeves so they can see what they do? See what they do. I mean, I thought, ooh, what a cute top. Little did I know. I mean, I don't know what I thought. Anyway, they're a little annoying when you're trying to paint something. So I'm more like trying to figure this out than watching what I'm doing. I'm going to go pick up some white to lighten up the blueness I added to the top of the sky, but that's okay. And I'm still holding my sleeve, trying not to make a mess. And I'm finishing off the top with some more white. Oops, I guess I need to fix that, huh? So funny. Okay, so what's cool about this is the contrast between these like really sky-like colors and nature, flowers. Gosh. When you start seeing that contrast, you'll be like, I'm such an artist. This is so beautiful. Okay, if you feel like you want more pink, it's your painting. Go for it. I'm kind of happy with my sky the way it is, but up to you what you want. Just remember your motion. It's, you know, it's a half circle around your canvas. And guess what? It's time for a trivia question because we are going to go to blow dry mode. Hey! Okay, guys, I'm back. You don't know that movie, huh? What movie is that? You don't know that movie? Get out of town. Hey. Okay, so you guys, you have your tracing paper, and you can go ahead and trace your image onto your canvas. And so, I mean, I guess I could too. I was just going to freehand it, but I don't want to confuse anybody. So I will just do the same thing. So you guys know the drill. Shiny side down and place it on top of your canvas. And then you place your tracer. And then the reason why this tracer is so abrupt is because, well, all of the action, all of the artistry is in the brush stroke. So I don't want to draw leaves because that's not the image that you're painting. You're painting brush strokes. So yeah, so just follow along with what I've put down and I'll guide you on how to achieve those brush strokes that represent the flower petals. Okay, so here we go. We just need kind of a placement guide where everything is. And then we'll use the reference photo for the particulars, the details in the image. So we need to know where the tops of the flowers are and approximately what direction the leaves are going. So I don't spend a whole lot of time doing this because, like I said, the artistry is going to be in how you put that brush stroke into action. And yeah, and you can add more leaves and grass and whatever you like. Oh, did anyone have an answer to the question? Danny wants to know. So Danielle says she never heard of that movie. And let's see. Nobody knows that question. I can't believe none of you know the movie It's a Wonderful Life. Oh, because Bedford. Margaret, you don't know the answer to this? Danielle said, what is the answer? I know the answer. This is like one of my favorite movies ever. It's Bedford Falls, you guys. Bedford Falls. Hello, Bedford Falls. Hello, yo, building loan.
Guessed B.
What'd she guess?
B. But that was not correct.
Oh, it was not correct.
Oh, yeah, no, she was right.
Oh, she was? Oh, okay, good. Hey, Stephanie, good job. So, yeah. Go ahead, ask another one. Hopefully this one will be a little bit easier and they'll get it. All right. I'm really not feeling like drawing this all out. I'm just doing it, giving you guys some time. But yeah, this is, in terms of placement, just a fun painting to do. So, which of the following films did Robert Duvall not appear? This might be a decade too soon for them. Okay, To Kill a Mockingbird.
It was going to be in everybody's wheelhouse. That they would be able to know that.
Wheelhouse?
Yes, as far as knowing what the answer would be.
I never heard that term before.
Okay.
Anyway. So, in which of the following films did Robert Duvall not appear? To Kill a Mockingbird, The Godfather, Tender Mercies, and One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. You guys, you got a guess? All right, maybe these are, yes, old movie, Danielle. Lord, she's like, these old movies. Okay, I am so sorry, y'all. Well, I guess I'll just answer all the questions myself. Okay, all right. So what brush are we going to use for this, you guys? Of your 3 wonderful brushes that you got from Studio 928, which brush are we going to use to start with the stems? We'll start with the stems. Any guesses? All right. Well, because we're on this delay, well, let me see if anyone answered. No, they didn't. Okay. So we're going to use our number 12 brush for this because for 2 reasons: that we get a really fine point on our brush, and that's what we need for our stems. But we could also use our 12 brush. So you can use either one, whichever one floats your boat. Whichever one you feel like you can confidently make a straight line, you can use that particular brush. So I'm going to use my palette knife and go ahead and get some green because that's the first color we're going to use. Okay, and then I'm going to pick up a little phthalo blue from that tray that I was using because when I want to darken it, we're going to use this combination of phthalo blue and phthalo green to make a darker green. And that's what we're going to use for the stems. Can they see that? Am I in camera?
You got too many things going on right now.
What do you mean?
That's too far over.
Okay.
And you keep kicking this.
Okay. I keep kicking things. Danny tells me I'm kicking things out of view and I'm crooked and I just need to straighten up my act.
Stop touching stuff.
And stop touching stuff. He said, oh, B, final answer. Was that the right answer? I didn't know there.
No, that was the.
Was that Robert Duvall?
Yeah, no, that was D. Was the answer.
D was the answer. One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. And I won't even talk about who's in it because evidently I picked the wrong decade of, or the wrong genre of films for you guys. Okay, so I'm gonna go with my flat brush this time, you guys. I'm using my flat brush. So in order to get a really nice edge, you know, we need to make sure it's wet and all the hairs are in alignment and we got a nice crisp edge. So I'm gonna go in and I'm gonna pick up some of my phthalo blue and green combination. Make sure my paint is not too watery. Okay, and I'm gonna go to my most right corner and I'm gonna create this stem for this plant, this flower. I'm just gonna start here and just pull using the edge of my brush. And then I'm gonna come to the edge down here. And here I'll demo it with the other brush as well so you can see. I think it might be easier using the flat brush, but you know, it's up to you what you like. So, you know, we always make sure that we're twirling our brush and coming to a point with it. Let's see, maybe I need to move this a little closer that way. I don't? Oh, it looks like I do. What's so funny? I keep touching things. Okay, so then if you want to use the number 12 though, and you're just using the tip, yeah, I think the number, I think the 14 is better for this. I think the 14 is better. So I'm going to go back to the 14, and I advise you to do the same. And just make sure there's enough liquidity to your paint so you don't have to put a lot of pressure on your brush. As soon as you start putting too much pressure on your brush, you're going to find your line is going to get fat. You don't want that. So make sure you practice your lines a couple times on a piece of paper or something. And we're barely touching the canvas here. Okay, and then let's come out this way for the second stem. And so the next thing that's going to happen is, okay, so the sun, if you look at this image, the sun is coming from this direction, right? So even though this is a really crappy copy of the image, we know that the sun is hitting the leaves, the stems on this side, and they're hitting the flowers on this side. So the dark line that we're painting right now is going to be highlighted with a lighter green later on. So just so you know, that's one of the final steps that we'll take. So let's go in and push in our tall grass. And I'm still using that darker green from before. And then we can see that there's some green back here. So let's push some green because we're going to come back later and highlight it. So we know that when we use this brush, we can get a sharp edge just by flicking the end of the brush. So if you like, go up to the sides as well. Can I see the small image in the... yeah, so we're using our number 14 brush to create some grass here and there and there and here. And then here, there's another little branch. And then so I don't get my elbow in paint, I'm going to start at the top of the canvas again with this other branch. And I might take it over to the side as well. Okay, going in here. I'm going to go all the way up to the top just in case we happen to and here's our grass. We're just real loosey-goosey with our grass. Just make sure that, you know, we move in strokes just like grass does. Then we're going to come back later and put some lighter colors. This is the grass in the background. And make sure you come down to the edge too. Take that green all the way to the edge because, you know, there's grass down here. So let's make sure it comes up on the edge of the painting as well. And then just flick those little grass blades. And where else? Let's see. I think maybe there's another branch right here that we need to get to. Yeah, it looks like it comes like right here. Here we go. Oops. And yeah, I'm going to come all the way down into here. And then it looks like there's a little grass blade right about there. Don't worry about your floral line underneath. We'll take care of that. Don't worry. Because you can make flowers wherever you want them. You can follow the pattern of our original drawing, or you can recreate them however you like, because it's your drawing, your image. Danielle said, I wasn't alive. That's too funny. All right, well, you got an old friend, okay? I'm just letting y'all know you got an old friend over here. All right. Right. Here, I'm going to make this, ooh, I want to make that a little more sharp. Okay, where else do I need a blade, or I'm sorry, oops. I dropped my wrist. Okay, whatever. This one has a little, some kind of plant disease. so poor little plant has a little plant disease. That's all right. So yeah, just have fun with that grass. So we got, let's finish this line right here. I think I need to sharpen my brush. Make sure my edge is sharp. Oops, I don't like that. I'm going to erase that. Where is my, oh, there it is. Ha ha. So I'm just going to go in and dab that off. There. Okay. So I am back, getting my brush to a nice point again, and I'm going in and picking up my phthalo blue and green combination and finish off this line without any issues, right? Some things just want to give you problems. I'm going to make this into some grass right here. Right? I think the grass would be like coming up like this. There. Let's see. Okay. So when you're all done with your grass, then let's hit some leaves. And we're doing all this first so that when we put our petals down, they'll be the last, they'll be on top of what we're putting down in terms of the stems and the leaves. So I would add a little more phthalo blue to my green so it's not so plain. And I'm just I'm using my angle brush, and I think if you've painted more than once, you should have angle brush too. If not, you can also use your number 12, and if you didn't get an angle brush this time, I will make sure you get one next time. So let me know if you don't have one. I'm pretty sure you guys do. Everyone painting today should have an angle brush. Okay, now I'm going to just take regular green and I'm going to add a little white to it. Or, without mixing the phthalo blue in. Here, I'm going to clean my brush. And I'm going to pick up some white. And I'm adding in a little green to make the leaves a little lighter. Now, chances are we'll have to do an additional coat of green. We'll see. But yeah, so we're just going to go through and add some leaves. You can start wherever you like. Let's see, we have one down here. Sorry. I'm going back to my number 12. It feels like I have more control that way. And we're hitting this leaf right here. Yeah, that's much better. Much better. And where else? Let's see. I think we have... Now these little leaves that are willy-nilly, you can put those in as well. But I'm adding some that I didn't probably draw on my piece. So if you want to add some additional leaves, I'm feeling like I want to. And you can also choose not to add some leaves, but that's entirely up to you. Because this is kind of an abstract. It's not a true representation of a floral kind of landscaping thing. Let's see. I think I'm going to add one here, but not exactly the way I see it. I'm going to create my own kind of leaf. So, Dan, you got any trivia questions from this millennium? Yes, because Mom said it's all my fault. Yes, it is.
Got another one up, though.
You got what?
There's one up.
Oh.
They probably ain't gonna know that one either.
That's so funny. Poor Danny. I kind of think you know the answer to some of these. Oh, they're not going to know this one either. Danielle's like, oh my God, I wasn't alive.
That was earlier.
Yeah, I know. That's just so funny. Because I know the answer to this, of course. Let's see if anybody even tries to guess. Come on, Claudia. Where's Ricky? Is Ricky here? I kind of felt like Ricky would know this. Margaret, you know this. All right. Crickets. 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 Okay, so I am going to pick up some yellow, I think, because we need some brightness right now. Since you guys are all in the dark about these trivia questions. They're like totally ignoring us. Okay. Totally into the realm of the painting. I am adding some yellow now because I want to put some with my green. I'm just using a little bit of yellow and with my green because I want to show that the sun is hitting my little leaves over here. And it's also, oh, I forgot, I need a little white too. Let's mix some white in there. Blend it in pretty good. Then we're going to hit this side of the stem. Oops, maybe not all the way down there because that's in the shadow. Right here, we're going to hit the stem. So, we use the very last two little hairs on the end of our brush to get those fine lines like that. So, it's a piece of cake. You're just barely touching your brush. Can we zoom in on that? Can we? Who's that giving me all that love?
Move it down a little bit.
Yeah. If you could zoom in a little bit more, that would be great. Okay, so you zoomed in. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Okay, so here's our highlight because the sun is hitting on this side of the stem. So we're hitting this side with the lighter green. And we're going to hit the flower with the leaf with a little green too. And then let's just go ahead and hit this with some lighter green. We're just doing accent colors now. showing that the sun is hitting the grass. And this time the sun is going to be hitting on this side because it's coming from this direction. So this is going to be your lighter area. Okay, now for a little more yellow, green, and a little white. And this time, we've got our light coming from this direction. Constant battle getting that palette in the right space, huh, Danny?
As long as you wouldn't touch it, you'd be perfectly fine.
Oh, well, it kind of be kind of hard not to touch it.
Yes. That was a joke.
Oh, that was a joke. Okay, fine. All right. And of the stem, getting that sunshine appeal. Let's see. All right. Nobody's talking to me. I know, sometimes there's just too much in the zone. All right, I'm still, like my canvas, I still feel like it needs some brightness, some more sunshine. So I'm going in with yet another layer of the yellow and white so that it just pops. Because once your color dries, it's like it's lost that intensity, I guess would be the right word. And that's more grass. And I'm just using my tip of my 12. We'll get some light color on this side too. So it kind of looks like the sun is hitting our leaves. And we'll hit this again too. Sun is so bright. And we're doing that sunlit. Okay, I know you guys are getting so excited about painting those flowers. That's the best part. Come on, how about some more trivia? Find a new question, okay? You don't have to ask them anymore. My grass is too fat. So Cynthia, just use the very, very, very. Oh yeah, for the number 12, you don't use the number 12. Use the number 14 for the grass. You should use the flat brush. And if you wanted to make skinny grass, remember you just twirl the end of your paintbrush to get the point back when you get the point back, you can make skinny lines with your number 12, just like you can with the number 14 flat brush. So you just don't put so much weight on your brush. If you press down, you're going to get a fatter line, but sometimes that's okay when you're making grass. You just start out thin and then you press down when you get to the end. See that? So a couple different ways you could go with the number 12 and the number 14. Okay, I am like ready to start putting some white on my paper, my canvas. So I am going to move this away. So I'm going to get my white paint. Oh, Danny's pushing me in the right direction again. And I'm going to, I think I'll just use I'll go ahead and use this. I can just use that tacky little corner. I just hate that I wasted that much paint. I am not going to use it anymore. It just makes me mad looking at it. Here, can we just get rid of this? I just want to not look at that anymore because I do not like to waste paint. And I might be able to do something with that before I leave. Chances are I will not. Okay, all right, white flowers. Woohoo! So you know what you need for this. We need some white. See, that's why it's so good that I give you guys this heavy-bodied acrylic paint. So that stuff, that blue that just Danny just took away, that paint is not heavy-body acrylic. And so when you try to pour it, which in a hurry I did today, it just like spills all over the place because it's so weak. I mean, not weak, but what would be the best word? Liquidy. So, but with this paint, we're going to be able to get exactly what we want in terms of our leaves. And we're probably not going to hit it the first time because we're going to have to layer our white color on top of these other colors. So before you start with your leaves, I want you to get a piece of practice paper, or you know what, you can turn your canvas on the other side. I'm going to do it with you. Okay, turn your canvas on the other side like this. And so you could practice.
See if anyone has an answer to that question.
Oh, in The Wizard of Oz, 10 men wish for a brain. Oh, now you're just going to be insulting with that question, huh? I'm sure somebody knows the question, but they're all focusing. Okay, so let's see. So yeah, we want to be like, oh, we can't do it because it's not sealed. Oh, that's probably why I've never done this before. Okay, so just watch me, and then just try to do this.
Claudia answered.
Yay! Oh, that's wrong. That's wrong, Claudia. She's just being funny. She knows the answer. Okay, so I'm just going up to the top, and I'm putting down my brush, and then I'm flicking it. Put down your brush, and then like try to curve flick it. Okay, I went a little crazy there, but I was trying to demonstrate to you how to make this happen. So they should be a lot shorter than what I just did. And now I'm going to go to the next one. Make sure there's not a lot of paint on your brush, not a whole lot, but it should be wet. And I'm going to go to where my guide is here, and I'm just going to flick. And there's another flick. And another flick. Another flick. And then let's come to the other side. Flick. 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 Oh, I'm going to flick one more time on there. And then flick here. And now I see a little overlap here where our image got cut off, so I'm going to pretend that there's a flower over here, and I'm just going to the edge of my canvas and flicking, flicking, and flicking again. One more time. Same thing here. We're putting down the brush. We're flicking out in that direction. And just make sure you have enough paint on your brush to accomplish that stroke. Too little, then you get this, what I just did, and too much, then you get too much. And just take your time. And then I see one sitting down here in the corner. Let's do that one. I'm going to hit that one again. So you want to hear something funny? So every time I do this little flick with my brush, something weird happens with my toe. I know that's not anything you want to hear, but I'm like flicking the flower stroke with my toe. It's so weird. I can't even help it. Danny's over here like, I'm so embarrassed, Mom. I am so embarrassed.
Extremely weird.
I know I am. I am kind of weird sometimes, but you know, that's what makes me interesting, I suppose.
I guess.
All right, so I'm on the other side and I'm flicking.
Your toe.
Yes, I am. I'm still doing it. That is hilarious, right? And I'm flicking. And I'm flicking. And I'm flicking some more. And now I'm going over to the other side. And I'm going to flick here. I'm going to pretend that there's a top right there, but there isn't. So I'm just going to start here. I'm going to flick out. And I am, oh, I'm here too, right? I am here too. Create chair. And then I'm here. I can't believe how I have to do that. My toe does that every time I flick the brush. That's very strange. And probably something I didn't need to share with you guys, but you know. All right, how you guys doing? Yay, everybody's talking to me. I love it. That is so pretty, 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 pretty. Okay, I'm going to give some more over here because it feels like. There. And then we have one right here. So do you see why I didn't really draw those in? Because you would have some trouble covering them with the white. You would have to go over them more than once. But we all know that's just the way it is with acrylic paints. You always have to do more than one coat anyway, so. I think I'll do one down here too. Oh, that's nice. That's very nice. Okay, all right. I don't even know how that happened. Butter fingers. All right.
It wasn't on camera, so you did.
It wasn't. Why not?
Took it off for a second.
But it already happened. It would already be recorded. Huh. That's interesting. All right, so we're back. We're doing the final flower. Oh, it's so funny. Crack myself up. Okay, I'm actually going to go back in and give my other leaves another go. That gives it a little more dimension. And that is looking really cool. Don't forget, you guys, stop for a minute and take a picture of your work. So in case you're beating yourselves up because you don't think what you're doing is perfect, or it's not close enough to mine, or the image, or any of those things, give yourself a break, stop for a minute, and take a picture. You'll be so happy that you did, because you'll get to see that you're actually just being a little hard on yourself. So take a minute and do that. Plus, it's good just to monitor your progress as you go along. I'm kind of happy I get to do this today. So did I tell you guys we had our first window seat people today? Our space is open up to the public now. We can do a maximum of 10 people in our space. And we had someone call today, or yesterday, looking for someone to bring his girlfriend before her surprise birthday party. So, I was planning on going to the Oak Park March today, so I said, well, I'm probably not going to be here. He needed to have it at 1 o'clock. And then I said, you know, it's a special occasion. Then Danny stepped up and said, I'll be here. And so he was able to greet them and get them all situated. And then, yeah, so we had them in our window today. For the first time, we had our first window seated painting customers. So I invite you to come and see us. We wear our little masks and everything when you visit, and we expect you to wear yours. And if you bring enough people, if you book ahead with a private party, you can have 10 people. The minimum you can book is 2 people. So yeah, so that was kind of fun today. So, all right, so we're gonna take our yellow. What happened to my yellow? Did I lose all my paint? Oh, here it is. Okay, I'm gonna pick up some yellow. You probably still have some on your palette. Gonna pick up some yellow, and of course I'm gonna go in and mix it with a little. Should I put some red? I think I need a little red, just a dash of red over to the side. If you have orange, you might want to use orange. So if you look at your image on the screen, you will see that we're going to have a darker sun-kissed color. And then a lighter, and then a lighter. So we're going to have 3 shades of this color. It's not just yellow. Okay, we're going to start with the darker one, the darkest one. And you guys, look, I'm using my palette paper. I like it so much better. And so I'm going to go in and give the top of this flower some of this orange. And of course, the shape is in a round shape, so we are putting down our first coat of color. Then we're going to come back and we're going to hit this again with some lighter colors of yellow and orange. So you gave up on them, Danny?
Mm-hmm.
They don't get any more trivia?
I only had 4 questions.
Oh. What? It looks fine.
Yep, you're good.
So I like this painting. Oops, I got one right here too. It's just flowers are busting out all over the place. Okay, I'm gonna go hit my top flower. What is so funny?
Just hearing you respond to me when I try to quietly tell you something and you have to respond.
So annoying. Okay, I'm happy with this painting. I think it looks good. Lots of sunshine, blue skies. And last but not least, this little baby over here. So remember, you're just using the tips of your brush to get these small areas. What the heck? Danny's over here making funny faces, you guys. It's not even fair. All right. Now coming in with some more. Oh, man. I'm going to pick up some more yellow. And we're going in the second time. We're going to pick up some yellow this time, just by itself. And we got the sun coming from this direction for these flowers like this. So let's just go ahead and hit it all over with some yellow, because it usually takes us a couple layers of yellow to get true yellow showing through. So let's do that. And my paint's a little sticky. I had to add some more water. Yeah, if your paint does not move smoothly across the canvas, it means you need to add water. So not that you're a bad painter, it just means that you need to give your paint some liquidity so that it moves on the canvas the way it should. So yeah, we're gonna fix the light on the surface in a minute. Oops. All right. We are almost done, you guys. And this is a quick painting because most of the work is done by the brush. It's like, which is why I didn't put a lot of detail into into the traceable, because it's all about the brush. And last but not least, I think we'll just be able to take a little bit of white and mix it with the yellow that's left on our brush to create the final highlight for our flowers. So we want it to be very liquid, and of course several shades lighter than the yellow over here. And then we're just going to go and we're going to hit it like that. Look at that. Woo! The sun. The sun is hitting the flower. So we're just using the tip of our brush to make sure that this light hits the flower. And if
Cynthia said hers is going to have cat paws.
Cat paws. Hey, it's a new breed of flower.
Oh no, the cat just jumped on her canvas.
Oh man. Oh, nice. She was like, excuse me, but you have a cat. She's like, you are not going to be paying all that attention to that painting. That's too funny. Okay, so there's our highlight. And then we're going to do it over here too, where the sun is hitting, making that a little interesting. And then of course it's hitting down here. So just along the top and then here too. It's like a lemon yellow color. Not lemon yellow, like a pastel yellow color. And see how much lighter this color yellow is than this primary yellow we were just. So you can go ahead and add some more white to that, make it as bright as you like, because now we're going to come on the other side and we're going to hit it from this side with the sun. And when you're adding that highlight, you just want to make sure that the outermost portion of the flower gets that light. And in a circular motion. I guess I should have said that a little earlier too. Circular motion, because your flower, this part, whatever it's called, is circular. And then if you want to be real intense with your highlights, you could go one step further and take the yellow that's still in your brush, pick up some more white. Now we can make a color that's even lighter than the highlight we used before. So you can see that. Ooh, now it's really bright. Bright, 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 and liquid. Creamy, creamy, but liquid. Actually, I'm going to put just a little more white in there. Make sure it's super bright. And I'm going to hit it right there. Ooh. Look at that. So it just gives us another level of dimension. And just a little bit more. And there we have it. So I'm dying to see you guys' paintings. Don't leave me hanging for a week. Margaret, you waited a whole week to show yours. I love to see you guys' paintings. Yeah, I got a lot of paint in my brush. It's barely coming out the tip. There we go. And there we go. Those are so cute.